Hi y'all, so this is my review of the iPhone XR. So this iPhone is Apple's new budget phone. It's a really good phone, but it does have its cons, but it does have its pros. So in this review I'm going to be talking about its pros and its cons and all that stuff and all that other features and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. First off, let's go into the cons, right? The cons of this iPhone are it doesn't have an OLED. It has low resolution. It has a low resolution screen, and it's lacking the sensor from the iPhone XS from the back. Meaning, the camera in the back, you do have the camera, but it doesn't have the little sensor. So portrait mode, and on this iPhone is a little bit lacking, right? So you can only take pictures of people, but you can't take pictures of objects. So if that's a big selling point, get the XS, right? So another big one for people that has people in a gripe is the screen. The screen is in between 1080p and 720p, meaning I think it's sub HD. So if that's another big thing for you, that you don't want a sub HD iPhone or a sub HD iPhone, I wouldn't get this phone. But so another con against this is it's a big boy, so it's a big phone. And if you don't like big phones, I wouldn't get this phone. I literally had to reach my hand on top in order to get the control panel. So this is not by any shot a one-handed phone. So you're having trouble adjusting, especially if you're coming from a smaller iPhone. Like I came from a iPhone SE, and the change was drastic, right? For me, I'm gonna have to find ways to basically get used to this phone. So that's one big negative. Another negative is it has less RAM than the XS, but as I'll tell you later, there's a reason why, and I think that's it. I think those are the cons. It has glass in the back, so it's prone to shattering. So iPhone says that this iPhone has the toughest screen ever, but it does shatter. So I wouldn't go around smashing your phone, saying that's gonna be alright. So if you're a big OCD person, I would get a case for this. I would get a case for any iPhone, but like I said, people are dumb and think iPhones are indestructible, but they are prone to scratches and they are prone to shattering. So be careful. What else? I think that's it. So some pros for this iPhone. Right off the bat, the screen, right? The screen is an LED. Apple said it's their best LED screen, which is a liquid retina display. The liquid retina display shows I don't know the background behind it, but this iPhone has the best liquid retina display ever. My experience with this phone, I compared it with the XS. I went to the Apple store, I compared it with the XS and compared it with the XR. Both of these phones, like if you're just staring at them without even knowing the specs, which I did, was I didn't see a difference, right? The iPhone XS did have like lower blacker blacks and everything because it's an OLED with HDR, but without even seeing the specs, like on the paper, right, you wouldn't notice a difference. And that's coming from me, right? And if you're the type of person that needs to have like HDR content and 4K content, all that stuff, you would have one of these, right? A 4K Blu-ray player with a 4K TV that supports HDR. So I really don't know why people would want, if you're a big enthusiast about HDR content, why would you want it on a phone? But that's just me. So one big pro about this phone is the price, right? The price of this phone is $750, right? And the price of the XS is $1,000, right? And it's $50 more each upgrade you want. So like, you want more storage, it's $50 more. Right now, Apple is doing their lease as you go program, meaning you pay monthly, and the iPhone, within 24 months, the iPhone is paid for. And if you want to upgrade within a year, you can do that. So if you want to upgrade to the iPhone's new iPhone, you can do that as long as the iPhone's in tip-top shape. And if you haven't, if you kept up with your purchases, another good thing about this iPhone is since there's less RAM, the battery life is a little bit better. So the battery life of this iPhone is a lot better. It is a little bit better than the other models, meaning it has it's like an hour and two more or something like that. So if that's a big selling point, the battery life is excellent on this phone, and it's a big change for me because I had the SE and I had to constantly charge that thing because the 6 model iPhones have the worst battery life ever. So if you're coming from the 6 series iPhones, I would totally get this phone. Another good thing about this phone, it has the same guts, meaning it has the same processor, the A12 Bionic chip that the XS has and the new top of the line iPhones have. So which is overkill for this phone. This phone is very overkill. The chipset is very overkill, especially when you're pushing out less resolution. So it is better. It's better for gaming and all that stuff, processing and all that good stuff. It records 4K content, so 4K 60 content. So meaning it has the camera can record in 4K, 4K screenshots and all that good stuff. So that's one big plus about this iPhone. The reason it has less RAM is because, like I said, it has less resolution, but it's the best damn LED screen you'll ever have. So this, like, if you wanna, and one big thing that I noticed that other reviewers haven't said was the risk OLED has of burning objects, right? Meaning, if you have the screen, like if you have a screen of an OLED and if it's constantly showing the same image within a period of time, it will literally permanently burn into the screen, and that's a big no-no for me. That's why I hate OLEDs. I never want an OLED phone, especially when it's constantly in your pocket and it gets warm and you accidentally turn it on. So that's one big negative when it comes to OLEDs. I really don't like OLEDs. HDR content, like I said, if you want HDR content, you need to fork over $250 for the next phone. So I thought to myself, is $250 worth the hassle of having an OLED screen and having the responsibility to make sure I don't mess it up? No, I thought to myself, no, $250 is not worth it. So it's the reason I got this phone, and the color screened. It's Persona 5 color, so this is the reason why I got this phone. So I think that's all the pros. It's an iPhone, right? It's the best budget iPhone I ever had. It has a bigger screen than the XS, but it's lower resolution. But it's liquid retina display. So basically, if you're looking for an iPhone and if you don't want all the bells and whistles and if you want to buy it at a cheaper price, this is the iPhone for you. I draw the line when it comes to iPhones. Like if it's $1,000, that's my make it or break it. So this is the perfect iPhone for me. Like I said, if I want to watch 4K content, I already have an option to do that. I have a TCL 6 series 4K TV with HDR. If I want to watch 4K videos, I can watch it on there. I really don't see the point of having a 4K iPhone, but if that's like the main thing you want out of a phone is 4K content with 4K playback, as an iPhone for you. So like I said, this is the best budget phone I ever had. If you're coming from the 6 series, this is a totally best phone you can get. But if you're coming from the 10 or the 8, I would settle for the XS. If that's or I would wait until the next iPhone. So like I said, this is the best iPhone I ever had. Really good display, despite the misconceptions of people, especially some reviewers who I thought were like tech experts and didn't know the difference between resolution and pixels per inch. But oh well. Like I said, best iPhone I ever had.